Awesome. Well, hello everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy spring equinox. We are in the springtime, depending on where you are. Hopefully, you're enjoying your Saturday, your self-care, self-love. I'm so excited to be here with you and with my dear friend Kelly Shay to really just share with you of what we have to share with you about our amazing program. And I'll give you a little bit of my story in a little bit, but I just wanted to say that I'm really excited to share the regenerative solutions that we have and if you're not familiar with what regeneration or regenerative foods, nutrition, or health means, it means that we get to the root cause. We get to the root cause on a health cellular level. So a lot of things that you might know if you go to the doctor or whatever kind of puts a band-aid on it or treats it, but not actually get to the root cause. If you're dealing with something, what's actually the cause of it, what's happening, let's get in there and let's figure it out what to do. So a lot of regeneration focuses on detox, alkalizing the body, so really hydrating the body, your cells, and getting your body in a loving, thriving state. Eating whole foods and fruits and veggies from the earth. We're so connected to Mother Earth that, our soil health is our connection to our human health. So really eating more lively foods has been a huge transformation, not only just for me, but for a lot of my friends and family that I've seen that actually has been on this beautiful and amazing program. So a passion of mine is that I was dealing with depression, anxiety, and suicide thoughts for a very long time when I was very young, up to the point where I was 22 years old, and I almost took my own life. And so I had questions to figure out what was going on with my mental state. I had made an oath to myself that I was going to find the answers, and I did yoga. I was a yoga teacher, creative movement teacher, worked in herbs and learned about superfoods and food as health and medicine when I lived in California. Now, fast forward 3 years ago, I want to say 3 years ago already, 2020, almost 2.5 years ago, during the pandemic, I had my daughter 2018, and she was around 18 months at that point. So during the pandemic and during the movement when with George Floyd, I was actually dealing with extreme depletion. And what I mean by that, depending on your doctors or who you see, they mentioned 6 months postpartum or a year postpartum, but not really longer than past a year. What do you do when you're dealing with postpartum depletion, depression, insomnia, not sleeping, um, tiredness, brain fog, just that lack of creation and want to move. And I was very exhausted and I barely wanted to even move with my daughter. And y'all know I'm very active. I love to be mobile. I love to be out there. And it really put me in a place where I was very I was actually starting to shut down. I was very confused because I thought that I switched to vegan and stopped eating meat and dairy for my child. But I also ended up learning that when I found that I was really needing some help, I didn't really know what that meant. I ended up finding this program came into my life, and immediately after 3 days of getting our amazing power shake in my body, which was packed with 12 organic fruits and veggies, sprouted, excuse me, I got something in my eye, sprouted, just the sprouted foods that were living from the earth within 3 days. My insomnia that I was dealing with, my depression that I was dealing with, my anxiety that I was dealing with had literally started going away. I had regained so much energy just within that 3 days, more than I had before I had my daughter. And so it was really mind boggling for me. And then learning deeper about our soil health and our food systems, I really wanted to take a little bit more research. I already knew that our food systems were actually being very, very, what do you call it, contaminated with chemicals such as glyphosate, which is, if you're not familiar with glyphosate, it's actually one of the chemicals that's been sprayed on our food since the late 70s, early 80s. It was brought over from Germany after used during an event, and then it's been sprayed on our foods ever since. Now it's called Liberty Link in our mini and the Midwest. So learning about this, but also learning that it's in 75% of our foods, including the foods that I was giving my child when she was starting to eat solid foods. The number one food that she was given that was recommended by the doctors, what is it? Cheerios. Learning that Cheerios is one of the number one foods that has the highest per billion amounts of glyphosate in there, and I was giving it to my daughter, was very mind-boggling. Now, if you're not familiar with glyphosate does, it destroys your gut microbiome. So it rips your cells apart on a cellular level. It causes a leaky gut. It's a herbicide, it's an antibiotic, and it's water soluble. You can't wash it off, you can't boil it. It's in our hair, it's in our air, our food, in our water system. And so for me, learning about that, it made me really angry. However, I learned the solutions that we had when I linked arms in this program was that the understanding of our soil health, our soil health is the connection of our human health, but also making sure that we need our micronutrients, we need our macronutrients. I need all my minerals so that me as a mother, I was able to really thrive and really be able to be there for my child. It didn't make sense that I was dealing with depression. It didn't make sense that I was dealing with chronic pain or insomnia, and people not giving me the answers. I had to figure out the answers for myself. But this program now, after 3 years, almost 2.5 years, I have a six-pack. I lost all the weight that was in my body that was sitting there that I didn't know that actually was sitting there because I wasn't detoxing and cleaning out my body, but also repairing my gut, which is the most important thing. Yeah, you can go out there and get a juice cleanse that you need to do. However, how is that food sourced? How are they picking their food? How are they watering their food? When I'm putting it in my body, what is that actually going to be giving me and what I'm actually going to be lacking? This program, 150% of nutrients goes into your body. So the money that you're actually paying for is the money that you're actually getting to help your body with chronic pain, insomnia, tumors, IBS, lupus, autoimmune, every single thing, because our body can reverse itself and it actually can cure itself. I don't want to say heal, but it can do so much once we give it the proper nutrition. So it has shaped my life, and I am really excited now that I've been sharing this with you and my family and community, but also my child. It's given me an opportunity to create healthy habits with my child so that she knows how to properly take care of her body. When she's getting sick, she's able to learn detox, alkalining, fruits and veggies as your medicine. And the fact that this protocol is based on, depending on how you want to create your goals. It's not just a one-way street. It really helps figure out of what is your goal, how can we work with that, and what you need. And I'm so grateful because it's not just the foods, it's the support system as well. Being able to have Kelly or, a community that are really doing the same transformation, might be dealing with a different health situation, but can be there to support if you might be falling a little out, or you might need someone just to cry with, or someone just to ask questions with. And that's what's really helped me as a mother, is the support team, because I'm not doing this alone. And so I'm really excited, and I'm really grateful for you to be here to just hear us share with you that what we've been learning about our soil health and giving money back to our regenerative farms and the agriculture is the new way for our food systems, so that we can shift, because we are actually dealing with 1% nutrient dense foods, which means that 99% of our foods is not actually edible. How mind-boggling is that? So when you think about that, it brings you like, okay, what are you doing? You're spending your money on groceries that might not actually be giving you all the nourishments that you need. That's why these solutions of regenerating your cells with the best foods, the pure foods that are clean and pure, and the person who created and formulated all this saw this happening 30 years ago. This company has been around for almost 30 years. They have birthed the organic seal. So the organic seal that you see in the stores are from the creator, because really saw that they were starting to spray our food and contaminate our food and wanted to do something about it. So that's what we have now. And that's the solutions that we have. And I'm so excited to share this with you. And if this resonates with you and you're like, oh my God, I really want to share with my friends and family, we also have an affiliate program to where you can share, you get your own gift code, and you can actually start to help your community redistribute the wealth, help them on their health. So I'm really excited. I feel so great, and I want this for you as well. I'm going to pass the mic to my dear friend and sister, Miss Kelly Shay, who I've been on this journey with from day one. And I honestly, this is the support team that you would be getting. So I'm going to pass the mic. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you so much, Rikyrah. I am always moved by your story and your words and just your authenticity and what you mentally and physically have gone through in your body, and how using these nutrients and superfoods have really transformed you in such a beautiful way. And, you know, I can speak to that personal experience as well. So really excited to have you all here to share with you. Some of you are already familiar with the nutrient dense foods that we work with in our body, and some of you are not. My name is Kelly Shay, for those of you that don't know me. I wear many different hats, and I won't go into that here. I am going to be very mindful of the time. As I mentioned, we are keeping this call to 30 minutes long because we all have different things to do and it's beautiful outside. So I hope you can get outside today. But I found these foods about 2 years ago now. And when I started using them in my body, it was at a time, it was right before COVID hit, actually. And I got really sick. I had all the COVID symptoms, and they lasted for a good 2 months. So I was looking for solutions. I was looking for more nourishment. I had a lot of congestion. I lost my voice for a while. My allergies were at a really high peak, and it was like it was close to winter. November, December is when I got really sick. And so these came into my life. You know, I always believe that things come into our lives just when we need them. Like, that's a sign. It's important to pay attention to divine timing, and there's divine intervention, right? And so they came in at a time that I was needing some more solutions. And from that, I was able to get well. I did some other like herbal, was working with some other practitioners as well. But in addition to working with some healers on my body, I added in these foods, which I'm going to share with you about the 5 that come in this 30-day cleanse. For me, I gained a lot more energy. I was really looking for a lot more energy. I'm a mother of 3. I'm a single mom. I work full time, run my own business. I wear a lot of hats. I won't go into all that, but I need more energy. I do have a kind of a go lifestyle. I do rest. I take naps, but sometimes it's nice just to have like a quick meal on the go. And so I got more energy, more clarity. I was sleeping better. My gut health really improved as well, which is really important because our gut, as Rikyrah mentioned too, is our gut is they say our second brain, but really it's our first brain. And so if your gut is not right, your mind's not going to be right, y'all. It's just not, okay? And we can only think as good as we can feel. That's really important. So these foods really nourish at the cellular level, and you feel it right away. You feel the cleanliness and the purity and the integrity within the founders in the company, and all the scientists and the nutritionists that have put the energy into creating these foods. So with that, I'm going to go into the 5 different products that come in a 30-day cleanse. And I also just want to say too, the importance of cleansing and detoxifying is huge, right? Because we do accumulate a lot of waste in the body. And if our elimination pathways are not open, kidneys or lymphatic or colon, if we're not eliminating, we're accumulating. So it's really important that we do take time to fill our body with nutrients that can help things shift and move and clean out pathogens that don't belong and whatnot. So the first thing that you would get in the ULT is called a power shake. And it comes in this big old tub if you were to get a ULT. Otherwise, if you're a reoccurring customer, it comes in a bag. And I want to show this as well, because you can see it a little bit better, just the color of it. It's very vibrant, it's green, it's all live. So this is like your liquid gold. This is like your fast food on the go. You have this twice a day or more. And it's equivalent to having like 6 salads, which is great. So if you don't have time to make a salad or get your fresh greens and micronutrients, this is a really quick way to do it. So they're from phytonutrients from pure raw organic sprouted alkaline fruits, veggies, grasses, and algae. And if you're not familiar with what phytonutrients are, they're just very nutrient dense foods that are very high in antioxidants. So 97% of the micronutrients and macronutrients are also within this, which are healthy fats for your brain. Another really beautiful thing about this product is that all the food are wind dehydrated at 60 to 80 degrees, which is important because nothing's cooked. It's wind dehydrated. So everything really holds the nutritional and enzymatic value. And then Rikyrah mentioned this too, it's grown in, all the things here, all the herbs and nutrients and foods used in the products are grown in regenerative soil. So regenerative soil, regenerative agriculture, of course, is huge because regenerative agriculture practices and principles work with that natural biodiversity of the soil, which adds much more nutrients in the soil than are being taken out. So not only is that very healing to the soil and planet, because as Rikyrah mentioned, 1% of our Earth's soil is deemed nutrient dense. So we don't have a lot of really healthy soil on the planet here anymore, and especially in the United States, unfortunately. So supporting regenerative agricultural, that movement, that food and lifestyle, I feel ethically, morally is very important. And also the foods are watered. They're very intentional with how the foods are grown and watered. And so they're watered from mineral glacial water. The Power Shake also will help reduce cravings for like sugars as well. And that's, starches, carbs that we don't want, that just feed pathogens in our bodies. So it has apple cherry is the flavor of this, apple berry, I should say. And it's delicious. You can add it with water, coconut water, almond milk if you like that, or coconut milk. You can put it in a smoothie. There's lots of different ways you can have it. But that's a little bit about the Power Shake. The other product that would come in your 30-day ULT, which stands for Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, is your super aminos. And they're white pills, they're capsules. This is your vegan protein. And it absorbs into your bloodstream within 23 minutes. Most proteins, our body can only use like 17 to 34%. And the rest, our kidneys have to work really hard to eliminate. 99% these super aminos are bioavailable, which means that the kidneys only have to eliminate 1%, which again just alleviates what the stress that the body that the kidneys and the liver has to go through to process. And super aminos are the building blocks of protein. So a lot of people talk about, protein this, protein that, we got to get our protein, but really it's the amino acids that are the building blocks and what our bodies can fully assimilate and utilize and absorb properly. So a note to keep note of that. What's also great about our super aminos is they support building muscle and also support muscle repair. So this is a great thing. In the morning, my daily routine, I have my Power Shake in the morning. I have my aminos. These are great pre-workout or just when you're ready to get going with your day because they do give you energy. And they're great pre-workout because it also just helps with building the muscle mass and help your muscles repair so you're not as sore if you are going to work out. Also supports the movement of skin elasticity. So we all want to have good, nice skin as long as we possibly can. So the herbs that are in this also help with that skin youthful look and tightness. Also helps with burning fat and great just for, again, that sustained energy and mental clarity. And so the other product I want to talk about is Biomedic. This is something that you would take during a 30-day ULT, you would take twice a day. This is your full spectrum gut support and repair. And they're capsules, again, I won't open it up and show you. But as Rikyrah mentioned too, just about our gut or my gut microbiome and how we have so much food on our planet that does not have the proper amount of nutrients. And I mentioned too, our gut is really our first brain. Because it produces 90% of those feel-good hormones, like serotonin and dopamine. So it's really important just to be supporting our gut. So not only does this help support the gut microbiome, but it helps eliminate toxins. So it helps with that nutrient assimilation, absorption, immune activation, and toxin elimination. It also supports the body in the reproduction of its natural prebiotic and probiotic bacteria. And so a little thing too to think about, you hear about taking probiotics, because we need to keep the healthy bacteria in our gut to get rid of things that don't belong and help things break down and whatnot. Well, if you take it, your body won't make it like naturally. But not in the case with this, but you want to have an herb or a product that will work with the natural biodiversity within the gut. And that's what this does. So it's not adding in more probiotics and things that aren't already there. It's working with that natural system that's already in the body and helping them maintain an environment where they can thrive and really support your body the best way possible. The great thing about this, and this is key here with the Biomedic, is it's the only product on the market that is clinically and scientifically proven to remove glyphosate out of the body. And so Rikyrah mentioned glyphosate. It's everywhere. We can't avoid it, whether we'd like to or not. It's very important to eat organic as much as you possibly can. That's not accessible to everybody at all times, but there are things out there, there are herbs out there that can help your body flush out this toxic chemical that is everywhere. It's been around. Roundup is a common name for it too. So in any Roundup, it's sprayed on the lawns, right? So a lot of people use Roundup on the lawns and help things grow and look nice. Well, that does kill those natural organisms and bacteria that the plants need to thrive, but also that we need to thrive. And so as it's patent as an oral antibiotic as well. So there is your sure sign that it's hurting, it's causing more harm than good on the planet and the body. So we want to get that glyphosate out of the body if we can. And there are solutions to do that. So the other, we're already at 126, is apothecary. So this is your organic tart cherry juice. One serving is like 30 cherries, 80 blueberries, helps the body produce natural melatonin and just balance those circadian rhythms, preparing you for a good deep sleep. The tart cherries, they're very high anti-inflammatory, anti-aging properties, helps the body produce natural collagen, so really good for skin health, joint health, and pain management, actually. It's anti-spasmodic. So recently learned this, Rikyrah shared this with me. She was on a call and learned this, is that taking like 4 to 6 tablespoons is like taking a dose of Tylenol or ibuprofen. So this has been a game changer for me because this is like my nighttime like mocktail, like it helps me get in a really good deep sleep. I know so many people that love this apothecary. I like to make it cute. I'll pour it in a wine glass, add a little water, 2 tablespoons of the apothecary, add some water, have my cute little wine glass before I go to bed. Make a little spring spritzer with some sparkling water, put some mint in there, and you can make it all sorts of different ways. It tastes delicious, or you can just take it right on the spoon. Now, the last thing is our Super Cleanse R. Again, it comes in these biodegradable Terra pouches, which Purium is very committed to green and environmental sustainability, as you've heard a few times already. So the packaging is biodegradable, which is awesome. But this is you would take the last 10 days of your 30 days. It is not recommended for pregnant or nursing mothers, but it's your powerful but gentle colon and parasite cleanse. And so we all have parasites. We don't all like to think about it. If you have a pulse, you have a parasite, right? They're on contaminated food, water, on surfaces. Even if you don't eat meat, they're still going to be around. So we really can't avoid them, but we can keep them at bay and have environments within our body where they're not going to thrive. And so there's some very ancient and powerful herbs within this formula here that support detoxification and unwanted pathogens. So those are the 5 products. And so I am realizing the time. And one thing I wanted to share too, and I'm going to share my screen. So, and we're open for questions. We can go off. I'll stop the recording shortly. And then Rikyrah and I are available for like 15, 20-minute consults individually. I am available after this, the call, so I could stay on a little bit longer. I don't know if Rikyrah is available, but we can answer questions because I'm sure there are some questions. But what I do want to include right now is just sharing with you the page that you would go to. If this feels like something that like, okay, it's time to cleanse, detoxify, really nourish my body at a cellular level. It's going to help reduce cravings, lose weight, build muscle, like all of that. If this resonates, what you would want to do is I'm going to just show you this site, and you can share this via email and somewhere else too. Let me go here. Hold on a second. Where you want to go and what that looks like, just so you can get some visuals. Hold on. Let's try that one more time. We had it pulled up and queued up. Here we go. All right. Can everyone see that? Yeah, okay. So your ultimate lifestyle transformation, 30 days of organic superfood nutrition to emerge into your best self. So you see this page, you would then go to get started today. And of course, you guys are probably wondering about price. And so there is the ULT, 30 days. And then there's, excuse me, there is the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance Pack. So the ULT is $329.25, and that is a discount. That is a discount price. You know, myself or Rikyrah, whoever brought you here, they may have a discount code. They will have a discount code for you, so you can get it for that price. And it can be a food replacement, like you're getting all of the nutrients you need from meals. And there's lots of different ways that you could go about this, whether you're just adding in. You don't have to change your diet at all. Of course, we would have recipes and suggestions for you to eat raw and lots of fruits to just really get the most out of the products. But yeah, so that's comparable to like $11 a day. Right? You're cutting the cost on groceries, you're getting all the nutrients and support that you need. So that's that. If you are an athlete or you are someone that goes to the gym a lot, you work out a lot, like you're moving around a lot, then our recommendation is to explore and think about the ULT Plus Performance. You do get some additional things in here. Super xanthan, can't beat this, cocoa hydrates, that's like, you know, Gatorade, cocoa hydrate, yes. So it's delicious, it's your hydration, you have your pre-post workout, muscle recovery. Can't beat this, that's beets. I just got some in the mail today. I love the beet juice because the energy, so it's a coffee replacement. So we can talk more about that if someone is an athlete and you work out and that price doesn't, works for your budget at this time. So you would add this to your cart. You would then have the option of adding anything additional, like there's the can't beat this. If you just got the ULT, the zinc aid. I take zinc daily. We are living at a time when it's really important to support our immune system, even more than ever. And really to alkalinize our body and just get it in a state where the pathogens, the viruses, the bacteria that aren't good, there are some that are just fine for our bodies, but the ones that aren't good, they just don't last, they don't thrive because our bodies are in a good state of health. So your immune support, your zinc, this zinc has vitamin A, D, and E in it. So there's some added ones in there as well. So you could add that if you wanted to, then you'd see here, and then it goes to the next page, continue. One last thing I just want to note here is the, you could we subscribe for a smart order and save even more long-term. So this first time, if you wanted to do the ULT, even if you just want to try a product first, we have a discount for you. And one way to really continue saving is to subscribe to a smart order. That means you just have a monthly order that automatically sends to you. And you can earn points for this too, which is really nice. So I'm on a smart order. I've been using this product for 2 years and I switch it up. Like my Power Shake is always a must, my Biomedic, my Papa Cherries, my aminos, like everything in the ULT, I pretty much try to always have on deck. And sometimes I'll try new products. Not sometimes, I will occasionally switch it up a little bit because there's so many great ones that this company has. So from this page, you would then go to the next page and then whether you want to do a smart order or not, and you can do it now, you could add that in and you can always change it. You can come back and add that later. Whatever. So we'll just say no switch shifting today. Then you'd add in your shipping information. The next page after payment, that's where there's going to be an area where there's someone that's going to ask you to who brought, or not who brought you, but who referred you if you have a discount code. And Rikyrah and I have that. There are some other brand partners and healers on the call that support people in this way that also would have a code for you. I'm going to stop sharing that at 4 minutes over the presentation time, talk time. And just again, want to thank you all. You know, Rikyrah and I are both we're both holistic wellness coaches and currently in a training to be regenerative health specialists. And so we're really, really passionate about supporting people in this way on their health journeys because you don't need to do it alone. With the 30-day cleanse, as Rikyrah mentioned, there's a ton of support. There's weekly Q&As with regenerative detox specialists. You can check in with us. There's recipe ideas. There's just, you know, you don't find that too many places where that's just an added bonus where you're really supported and guided and get inspired and you have accountability when you do it too. With that, I'll pass it back to Rikyrah.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I swear I always learn every single time, even though and I've been taking these for almost 2.5 years. And like she said, I also wanted to kind of emphasize on the packaging. So Purium has literally, like I mentioned, the love of the soil health, our human health. And I am, since we started a little bit late. That's what I'm going to be like right now. We have saved because our packaging is compostable, biodegradable. It's made out of bamboo. It was created and formulated by the same person who created this company. And we have saved at least over 150,000 pounds of plastic because we've been switching over to plastic free. And let that sink into you. That is a lot of plastic going into the ocean that now no longer is going to the ocean. So our water system is, you know, being able to be cleaner. So if you can think of every single company that switched over to plastic free, how much we can actually be saving and helping the planet. So I hope you guys are excited to start your transformation. It is springtime, the best time to cleanse. If you're going to be cleansing your house, why not cleanse your body? You know, if you're going to be putting money into your house, your car, why not put that money into your body? Because everything else is great, but if you are not healthy, how are you going to be able to function everything else? So please reach out to whoever invited you here. Let's get your kit. Let's get you set up because we have that support. We will love for you to get started on your journey. Again, the best foods that you can actually give to your body on the cellular level is regenerative foods. That is the new revolution in the movement right now because of our food system. And I'm so excited for all you to just keep learning. If you're interested in learning more of how you can share this with your community, we do have an affiliate program where you can link arms with us. You get your turn to key business. You get a gift code that you can share. You share with your friends and family for their discount, and you can start sharing this movement with everyone because this definitely, my goal is to get this in the hands of every single household because it has literally helped thousands with Alzheimer's, dementia, MS, Crohn's disease, lupus, Hashimoto's. So it can help. Just if you're not sure where to start, we can definitely help you. So I'm super excited. Reach out to the person that invited you. We'll be here if you have any questions. And thank you so much for being here and just learning with us on the regenerative life. So let us know if you have any questions. You can